This is Claude Fullenfo, and you can see myself and my wife in the picture there. That was taken in Omaha, in Nebraska, in the US in August of 2012. As I speak, it's November 30th of 2012, so that was about 3 months ago, and we had a fantastic holiday. Now, today's session is about building your life with a vision and knowing what's ahead. And we're going to use an example of a construction site of a building and look at our life as a construction site or a construction of perfection. Now, most people, when they get into a career or a business, they want things to happen almost immediately. Sometimes they get so excited about their new business. In this example, we're going to talk about business only, not about a career in a job situation. So I'll talk more about business here, so I hope I don't put you off. But when someone comes home and they're so excited about a home-based business, the spouse, either the husband or the wife, tends to be totally opposite, tends to be protective in a way, telling their partner that things won't work out. What they don't realize that in this picture, the construction site, that's your mind, a construction site needs to build a very deep hole in the ground, and it takes time to dig that hole. Then it takes all the sand or the mud out from there and it replaces it with what is needed for the construction site. Now just think of your mind being filled up for years and years and years, right up from kindergarten, school, and then in college, indoctrinated by college professors who probably had no working experience at all, telling you that go out and get yourself a good job. In other words, get yourself something or a job to pay your bills. They never ever teach us to become rich. So are we building a 1 or 2 story house, or we are building a skyscraper? If you're building a 1 or 2 story house, then this video is not for you. I suggest that you switch it off immediately and carry on with your day, because I'll be wasting your time. This is specifically for people who want to build their lives and spend the next 12 to 18 months to build incomes of $1,000, $2,000 a week. Yes, let me repeat myself, $1,000 or $2,000 US a week part-time. Now, you might say, is that possible? Anything is possible in this world as long as your mind accepts it. And that's why we've got to dig that hole in the ground, get rid of the rubbish there, and put solid concrete with steel beams inside to hold the building. In other words, we've got to be teaching you personal development as well as leadership skills so that you can go out and build a business that could bring in profits of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 in the next 12, 24, 36, 48 months. Can you do that with a job? Certainly not. You know, part-time, definitely not. So let's look at this construction site. I've been watching this site in Manila. I've taken this picture from my apartment. I've been watching this site for the last 3 years. This site has practically stayed dormant, and it's only now we can see the construction beams coming out. I saw a similar site like this in Malaysia, and it took 4 years for the trucks to go into that deep hole in the ground, and every afternoon there would be heavy rains. Imagine they had to pump the water out and start all over again, but they kept doing that. A couple of years ago, I went back to that very same area and I could not recognize the building in that deep hole. Today, there's a skyscraper of about 90 stories in PJ in Kuala Lumpur. And that's what it is. The engineers have a plan. They have a plan, they have a design, and they execute that plan, and they know how long it's going to take. They know exactly what's happening. For a long time on the construction site, you just see laborers and you hear noise. You see a big fence around the construction site, and you sometimes wonder what's happening on the other side. You see people going in and out, trucks going in and out, empty trucks going in, heavily loaded trucks coming out with mud. And then one day you happen to bump into 3 different laborers. And you ask these people, what's happening here? I've noticed that you guys have been working for a long time on this construction site. And all 3 guys will give you a different answer. One of them will tell you, I'm a single guy and I'm just looking for some extra work. I work here 2-3 days a week and I come here to pay my bills and that's it. The second guy might say, I'm a family man. I need a steady job and I'm working on the side to provide for my family. And that's perfectly okay with the second guy. But the third guy, he says, hey, I am working on a project that's going to be building the biggest, highest building in the southern hemisphere. He is sharing the vision of the founder or the company that is building their building. He's working with passion. He's working with an investment in this building and learning everything possible so that he can either benefit from this building's construction or take that experience and walk away and do something of his own later on. How many of us actually do this? How many of us actually say or tell us ourselves, oh, am I learning anything from here? Is this a learning experience or is this a waste of time? And that's what we've got to think of, my friends. If you want to build something, spend the first 2, 3, 4 years in your home-based business. First study hard, learn the system that the company gives you. Go out and read leadership books because soon you'll have people joining you and you really need to lead these people. If you don't lead them, they will quit because they too are looking for answers. Initially, they're looking to you for answers before they get their own stamina to do it on their own. Remember network marketing or multi-level marketing or home-based business, there are no bosses. You have to be self-disciplined. If you want to have an income of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a week, this income is only enjoyed by top executives. These people are highly disciplined people. Model on these people if you want to have incomes of that level. Now, going back to the construction side, you'll see after about 3 to 4 years, 5 years, the building is probably about 70, 80 stories, and just the top floors, the penthouses on top are to be developed. This is exactly how your life is going to turn out. 3, 4, 5 years from now, you'll be earning top income. Yet you'll still be growing. You'll still be going for leadership camps. You'll still be having a mentor. The learning process never ever stops, but the income keeps rising every time, even when you sleep. And one day you look back and you see this building, this business that you built, and you look back and say, my God, how the hell did I do that? But it was by sheer determination, vision, power of the mind, and persistence. Now we're coming to a part of our lives where we ask ourselves, if we keep doing what we have been doing, we'll certainly get what we've got in the past. I ask you seriously, if you've watched the video right till this point, to consider getting yourself a mentor. Everyone has a mentor. A tennis player has a coach, a tennis coach to coach him. Someone going to the gym has a fitness trainer. In every walk of life, we need a coach. I too have my coaches. Some of them are in books and some of them are real people. We need coaches in every facet of our life, be it physical, mental, spiritual. So my offer today to you is, I'm willing to coach you. I would suggest hop onto my website, claudefullenfo.com, and get onto my blog, get onto my Facebook fan page. I constantly put articles. These will help you, whatever you're doing, whether you're doing network marketing, internet marketing, or even if you want to stay in your job, but you want to progress. I don't care, but staying in the same place and being stuck is pretty miserable. So I'm wishing you all the very best from this part on, and I hope at some point you'll come back to me and say, thank you for sharing this video, and that I've changed your life in some way. Okay, God bless, and go forth and change your life.